Hey guys, I wanted to go ahead and make a quick video talking about my very first niche site. You guys are seeing one of the niche sites that I'm just sharing here publicly, growing it publicly. I got my virtual assistant working on it. Unfortunately, he's a little bit slow. I don't know what's going on with his life. We haven't talked in the past maybe like 4 or 5 days, but just bear with me here as I tell this quick story. So I'm going to keep this as quick as I possibly could, and kind of the story behind how I created my first niche site. So my first business ever is not what I would call a niche site. It was a clothing slash powerlifting workout gear website. That's what we sold. And I didn't have really the money for advertising in the beginning. And so what I thought was a perfect idea was just using SEO and getting customers from Google. Little did I know, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was at the time. Now, mind you, this is about 7 to 8 years ago. And basically, I would take my computer every single day to my college classes, and I would work on my website a little bit, surely, a little bit every single day. Slowly but surely, I slowly developed, started working on it. I tried to purchase some books on SEO. I watched videos. I read every single blog you possibly could do. And I was doing everything that I was supposed to be doing, but I hadn't really seen any results. And then in the 6th month, I had got my very, very first sale. And it was, I'll never forget it, it was a hoodie that was $59, and I sold this hoodie for $59, and it was crazy to me because at that time, mind you, broke college student, just like any other college student in the world, I couldn't afford a $59 hoodie. And to put things into consideration, I was driving my mom's beat up car, which my mom had passed away, so I kind of inherited it pretty much, that was older than me. Okay, and we were never a crazy wealthy family or anything, but I was lucky enough to have that car. So it's not like I was rich or anything like that. I was actually, I wasn't doing financially well. I actually started from pretty much from scratch, and I didn't have the money to pay for advertising, so I figured one of the best ways that I could get customers is through Google. People do Google searches, so I figured out how to do SEO. I did some really, really good SEO behind my products, and at this time, I had not used social media yet. And then after that one sale, the next month it was maybe like 5 sales. Then the next month after that, it was 25 sales, and so on. Not those exact numbers, but it basically multiplied every single month, and the rest is history. Then what I did was I eventually sold that business. Okay, after selling that business, I was very happy with the sale, and I had nothing else. I had no other business. I had no other income. I had nothing else that was making me money. And yes, I had sold the business, but it wasn't the end all be all. I knew I was just really getting started in my business career kind of world kind of thing, being self-employed. And mind you, I'm still a college student. And so I figured, okay, I can create now a bunch of, and this is to make it a really long story short. I tried other stuff in the middle, kind of failed, made some money here and there, but I knew that the best thing that I could do long term is create a bunch of niche sites that all produce an income for me. And at the time, I didn't call them niche sites. I called them just websites. Literally, just make money off of websites and have a core product to sell from each of these sites. And many, many years ago, I had pictured myself having like 5 or 10 websites where they would all produce a little bit of income every single day. And when you add up all that income together, it provides enough income for kind of like a full-time job kind of thing, and not having to do as much work all the time, meaning put all the effort you can in one blog, one business, one website. Once you do all the work necessary to get that traffic, work on to the next one, work on to the next one, and so on. And then gradually, as you're collecting money in the future, just oversee them, check them over, see if you can make any additions or anything like that, improvements gradually and slowly, and just live life. And that's kind of how it happened. So yeah, my first niche website that was created on WordPress. Now, if you guys are familiar with WordPress, you have to get hosting. You have to get HostGator, Bluehost, all these different kind of things. Now, the reason why I never recommend any hosting is because I have gotten hacked on pretty much every single website that I had created. And at this point, I had bought like a 10 website package. And this 10 website package I thought was perfect because the deal wasn't too crazy expensive. I think I was paying like, I don't know, $700 a month or something like that. But if you guys are familiar with like these big packages, you have to call in the company to see what they offer. I think it was like $779 or something like that. And yeah, man, every single website that I had got hacked. And all of these websites were finally just starting to produce some income, like anywhere from $50 to $70 a day. And for having 10 websites, that's actually really good money to start off. And I think like the lowest website made like $35 or something a day. But regardless, after like, starting to make some money, all the websites got hacked, every single one of them. And I didn't know what to do. And I said, you know what? If I did everything that I did to get to this point, I can move on. And I said, I'm not going to give the name of the hosting company because I don't want to. I feel like I already mentioned their name, but I'm not going to say who specifically it was because there's many out there. But I call the hosting company and they say to me, it happens. If you don't have insurance, there's really nothing we could do for you. If you have insurance, you should call your insurance company. They'll evaluate the business and they'll pay you for what it's worth or whatever for your insurance, etc. And I kind of had to face the reality that I was never going to get my business back, pretty much. And these were internet-based websites and these things that I worked hard for, and they're producing me income. And I said, you know what? If I could do this once or twice, I can do this all again. And I'm still in college, so I still have the time to get this all done. And one of the things that my dad told me is like, listen, if you graduate and you are not successful in whatever you're doing, you're going to have to get a job. You're going to go out there and get a job. I don't care how much money you made in college. Remember, I had the acquisition. And he said, I don't care how much money you made in the past. If by the time you graduate, you're not working on something and making money, you got to go get a job. And so I really did not want that. And so I knew it was just a matter of time until I can get something going and create some more businesses and more niche sites for the future. And that is it's kind of a longer story now, but if you're familiar with Rocket Web Builder, I talk about them all the time. That company, Rocket Web Builder, this company, was actually named a different name back in the day, and I joined on their platform to create my sites on them. And many, many years passed by, and I kept growing and growing and buying more accounts and buying more accounts. If you guys are familiar, they have this account where you can buy 3 websites plus 30 funnels for $59 a month. They actually had another package back in the day. Like I said, it was a different platform, but you could have 10 websites, and I had multiple of those accounts. And now I have those same accounts. I mean, nothing has changed, but they were a different platform back then. And I was using it, and I started to talk more with the owners because they were curious as to what I was doing, and they saw that I was doing really well. And one day they notify me and they say, "Hey, listen, you should move your websites. We're going out of business." And I said to them, "Wait a minute. What do you mean you're going out of business? I can't do this again. I can't to lose everything like I did." And this was recent. And mind you, I have over 40 different websites that are producing income. Now, not all of them are big or small or whatever, but there are just random different sizes and a portfolio of sites. So I said, I can't do this again. What's going on? And I was able to buy the platform off of them for a very cheap cost, right? Very cheap cost. And effectively, me and just a few other people were the actual users of this platform, and because of it, I was able to rebrand it, and now I use it for myself to host all my personal businesses on here, and I will never host them anywhere else. And part of the reason why I created this YouTube channel was to show people what I'm doing with my niche sites, how I'm going to make money, how I essentially am business planning and creating a whole entire business in front of your guys' eyes, not through Rocket Web Builder, but through the niche sites that I'm creating. And if you want, and if you feel like that information is valuable, you could go ahead, click the link in the description, sign up to Rocket Web Builder, look through the templates, create your own website. No credit card required, obviously. Like I said, you guys can go ahead and go to the 14-day free trial section here, and check it out, sign up. Eventually we're going to start creating like blogs and things like that. I got to get this thing going, but yeah, that's kind of like the story in a nutshell. Obviously it's a much longer story. There's a lot of things that had happened along the way, but this is essentially the story of me creating the first niche site that I ever had. The first niche site that I ever had was not actually one site. It was many sites. I think it was like 10 or 12 sites, and they all got hacked at pretty much the same time when they were actually making some income. And lesson learned is this is why I have like not a hate, but a disliking towards WordPress. And times have changed. You can now back up your websites. You can do a lot of different things, but it's still a lot more hackable, and it's not something that I am personally interested in even going after. I just have a bad taste in my mouth with the whole experience after everything that I built. And I've moved on past it. And that's just a lesson learned. Is 2 lessons. Is the first thing is make sure when you're building your business that you are dedicated, committed, and you're ready to go. And when you do it and you're successful, if something ever comes your way that takes it all away from you, understand that if you did it the first time, you can always do it again and again and again. And that's part of my story. I don't really talk about these things because I feel like there's really no need to, but as long as you guys are here listening to this, I might as well go ahead and share that information. All right, guys. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye.